Good evening. This is Akashvani. I am Saira Mujtaba with the news at 9. The headlines. President Droupadi Murmu urges young doctors to work in underserved rural and tribal areas, stresses on need to create ecosystem for better doctor-patient communication. In Telangana, 12 people killed in blast in Pharma company in Sangareddy. President and Prime Minister express condolences. In ongoing special intensive revision in Bihar, nearly 60% of electorate not required to submit documents, says Election Commission. Gross GST collections doubled in 5 years to 22.8 lakh crore rupees in last fiscal. Number of active taxpayers rises to 1 crore and 51 lakh. Heavy rains severely disrupt normal life in Himachal Pradesh and Uttarakhand. IMD forecasts active monsoon conditions in northwest, central and east India during this week. And in tennis, third Grand Slam of the year, Wimbledon 2025 kicks off in London. And now the news in detail. President Droupadi Murmu has urged young doctors to work for those sections of the society that need medical services the most, underlining that many rural and tribal areas still lack high-quality healthcare services. Addressing the first convocation ceremony of AIIMS Gorakhpur today, she also urged all stakeholders associated with medical education to provide such an ecosystem to future doctors in which they learn about topics including doctor-patient communication and the role of empathy in healing and trust building.
डॉक्टरों का समाज और देश के विकास में अत्यंत महत्वपूर्ण योगदान होता है। ये केवल रोग का इलाज नहीं करते, बल्कि एक स्वस्थ समाज की नींव भी रखते हैं। मैं आप सभी से अपेक्षा करती हूं कि आप अपने ज्ञान का उपयोग केवल अपने करियर में आगे बढ़ने के लिए ना करें। आप समाज के उन वर्गों के लिए भी कार्य करें जिन्हें चिकित्सा सेवाओं की सर्वाधिक आवश्यकता है। इसके लिए जरूरी है कि डॉक्टरों की सेवाएं ग्रामीण और दूर-दराज क्षेत्रों में भी उपलब्ध हो।
Addressing the program, Chief Minister Yogi Adityanath said that in the last few years, health facilities in the state have improved manifold. He added that AIIMS Gorakhpur is providing services to a large number of patients, not only from the state, but also from Bihar and Nepal. Earlier in the day, the President addressed the 11th convocation ceremony of the Indian Veterinary Research Institute in Bareilly. In Telangana, 12 workers have been killed and over 26 injured in a blast at a pharma company in Sangareddy district today. The incident occurred at Sigachi Industry, which triggered a huge fire and engulfed the premises of the company. About a dozen fire tenders and teams of disaster response forces took part in the rescue and relief activities. The state government has assured all kinds of support to the affected families. The injured are being treated at nearby hospitals. The rescue activities are still underway. More from our correspondent.
Rescue teams, including the NDRF, are continuing the search activities at the Sigachi chemical factory in Sangareddy district, where the blast led to a major fire and collapse of a 3-storied building. Over 60 workers were in work at the time of the blast, and some remain trapped under the debris. State Labour and Health Ministers have visited the site and assured that the government will take all care for those who are injured. The relatives of some of the workers are anxious at the premises as they could not get the whereabouts of their beloved ones. The cause of the blast is yet to be ascertained while the relief activities are vigorously underway. The Director Telangana of the Telangana State Disaster Response and Fire Services Nagi Reddy informed the media that the rescuers are not sure of how many are trapped under the debris following the blast at the Sigachi Pharma company. With Lakshmi's report, Jigyasa Pandey, Akashvani News, Delhi.
President Droupadi Murmu and Prime Minister Narendra Modi have expressed grief at the fire incident. Mr. Modi has announced an ex gratia of 2 lakh rupees to the next of the kin of those killed from the PM's National Relief Fund and 50,000 rupees to the injured. Around 4.96 crore electors in Bihar do not need to submit any document in the ongoing special intensive revision of the Election Commission in the state. Their children are also not required to submit any other document relating to their parents. These voters are in the 2003 electoral roll of Bihar, which has been uploaded by the Commission on its website. The ease of availability of the 2003 electoral rolls will usually facilitate the ongoing special intensive revision in the state, as nearly 60% of the total electorate in Bihar will not have to submit any document. This came days after opposition parties had questioned the special intensive revision by the poll body 3 months ahead of the state assembly polls. Chief Election Commissioner Gyanesh Kumar has said that the objective of special intensive revision is to ensure that no eligible voter is left out and, at the same time, no ineligible voter is included in the electoral roll. The BJP today hit out at RJD leader Tejaswi Yadav for his controversial remarks on the Waqf Amendment Act. Briefing media in New Delhi today, party spokesperson Dr. Sudhanshu Trivedi said, "It clearly shows the leader of opposition in Bihar Assembly neither respects Parliament nor the judiciary." He said it is deeply unfortunate that just yesterday in Patna, Tejaswi Yadav stood in a public rally and said that Parliament's passed law will be thrown into the dustbin.
भारत रत्न कर्पूरी ठाकुर जी से लेके जयप्रकाश नारायण और लोहिया जी का समाजवाद के साथ आज हम खड़े हैं। हम चाहते हैं हर गरीब और मजलूम को उसका हिस्सा मिलना चाहिए, मगर ये किसके साथ खड़े हैं? जो ट्रिपल तलाक के साथ खड़ा है, जो हलाला के साथ खड़ा है, जो आतंकियों को अपना भाई बहन बेटा हाफिज बनाने के साथ खड़ा है। इसलिए हम साफ कह सकते हैं कि हम समाजवाद के पक्ष में भाजपा और जदयू खड़ा है, और आज के ये राजद और समाजवादी पार्टी जैसे दल नमाजवाद के पक्ष में जाकर खड़े हो गए।
A four-member team of the BJP today visited the South Calcutta Law College in Kolkata in connection with the alleged gang rape of a college student last week. While Akhil Bharatiya Vidyarthi Parishad workers held a protest against the incident, left parties also protested against the incident in Kolkata. Meanwhile, the governing body of the South Calcutta Law College has suspended all classes of BA LLB and LLM in general and honours categories. It has also decided to shut the college premises for all students till further notice. This is Akashvani giving you the news. For quick news updates round the clock, follow us on our X handle at AIR News Alerts. And for details of these stories and more, log on to our website www.newsonair.gov.in and download the News on AIR app. Welcome back. You're listening to News at 9. Prime Minister Narendra Modi will embark on a 5-nation visit to Ghana, Trinidad and Tobago, Argentina, Brazil and Namibia beginning Wednesday. Addressing a special media briefing in New Delhi, Secretary Economic Relations in the External Affairs Ministry, Damu Ravi, said, on the first leg, the Prime Minister will undertake a visit to Ghana, his first ever bilateral visit to the country. Mr. Ravi said Mr. Modi will hold talks with the President of Ghana.
India's relations with Ghana are historical. In the 7 decades of a relationship, it has evolved to multifaceted. Both the countries will work towards boosting the economic cooperation. So the economic agenda will dominate the talk. During the visit, there will be few focus items. Will be agriculture, where the Ghanaian leader, president, is keen to engage with India. He is also keen on the vaccine development, creating a vaccine hub in Ghana, for not just Ghana, but also the West Africa context. Defense cooperation will become an important item on the agenda.
Gross GST collections have doubled in 5 years to reach an all-time high of 22.8 lakh crore rupees in the financial year 2024-25. According to the GST data, a year-on-year growth of 9.4% has been witnessed in the tax collection during the last 5 years. In 2020-21, the total collection was 11.37 lakh crore rupees. The number of active taxpayers has also seen a sharp rise, as there are over 1 crore 51 lakh active GST registrations as of on 30th of April this year. Tomorrow, the goods and services tax will complete 8 years since its rollout. A report.
GST replaced a maze of indirect taxes with a single unified system. It made tax compliance easier, reduced costs for businesses, and allowed goods to move freely across states. These numbers not only improved the ease of doing business, but also strengthened the tax base. The consistent rise in revenue collections and a growing base of over 1 crore 50 lakh active taxpayers reflects its success. According to a report on how Indian businesses perceive the goods and services tax after 8 years of its implementation, 85% 85% of respondents reported a positive experience with the tax regime. It said the businesses in the country continue to express growing confidence in the tax system and its long-term stability. Prime Minister Narendra Modi has called it a path-breaking legislation for New India. 8 years on, the numbers speak for themselves. With Bhupendra Singh, Adarsh for Akashvani News, Delhi.
India's industrial production growth, measured by the Index of Industrial Production (IIP), slowed to 1.2% in May as compared to revised growth rate of 2.6% in April, according to the data released by the Ministry of Statistics and Program Implementation. Among the three major components of IIP, manufacturing rose 2.6% in May as compared to 3.4% in the previous month. Electricity generation contracted by 5.8%. Mining output also contracted marginally by 0.1%. The Ministry of Railways has rationalized the basic fare of passenger train services to be effective from tomorrow. The train fares will be increased marginally for non-AC mail and express trains by 1 paisa per kilometre and for AC classes by 2 paisa per kilometre. The ministry has said there will be no increase in suburban single journey fares and monthly season tickets. Normal life has been severely disrupted in Himachal Pradesh due to heavy monsoon rains. On one hand, rivers and streams are in spate, while on the other, incidents of landslides and house collapses are on the rise. More from our correspondent.
In Sirmaur district, the Yamuna river is flowing above the danger mark. In Kinnaur district, the rising water level of the Sutlej river has forced a halt in construction work on the 450 megawatt Shongtong hydropower project. So far, 44 people have lost their lives in rain-related incidents across the state, while 5 individuals are still reported missing. Landslides have disrupted traffic on 259 roads and 130 drinking water supply schemes have also been affected. Meanwhile, the meteorological department has issued a yellow alert for heavy rain in the state for the next 24 hours. The administration has also appealed people to remain vigilant, stay away from rivers and streams and avoid unnecessary travel. Ritesh Kapoor, Akashvani News, Shimla.
In Uttarakhand, intermittent rains have disrupted normal life, especially in hilly areas where landslides have blocked several roads. The administration is working at a war footing to clear these routes. More from our correspondent.
Roads in the hilly regions of the state have been blocked due to landslides and efforts are underway to reopen them. The Gangotri National Highway has been restored for traffic while restoration work on the Yamunotri Highway is ongoing at multiple points. The Tanakpur-Pithoragarh Highway, blocked near Ghat due to a landslide, was also reopened today. In Uttarkashi district, rescue operations continued at Silai Band where a landslide occurred yesterday. Out of the 9 people reported missing, 2 bodies have been recovered so far. Rainfall has also affected rural link roads in the various hill districts with local authorities actively working to restore connectivity. Santosh Thapliyal, Akashvani News, Dehradun.
IMD has forecast active monsoon conditions to continue over many parts of northwest, central, east India in the next 6 to 7 days. Talking to media in New Delhi, IMD scientist Naresh Kumar highlighted that there is a low-pressure area over the coastal region of West Bengal, along with a trough extending up to western Uttar Pradesh.
एक लो प्रेशर एरिया है जो कोस्टल एरिया ऑफ वेस्ट बंगाल है, तो उसके प्रभाव से हमारा ये अनुमान है कि पूरा ईस्ट इंडिया स्टार्टिंग फ्रॉम वेस्ट बंगाल, उड़ीसा, झारखंड और छत्तीसगढ़ और मध्य प्रदेश में आज के लिए हमारा वेरी हैवी मीन मोर देन 12 सेंटीमीटर रेनफॉल होने का अनुमान है। इसके साथ अगर आप नॉर्थ वेस्ट इंडिया की बात करें, नॉर्थ वेस्ट के लिए हमारा हिमाचल के लिए आज वेरी हैवी रेनफॉल का अनुमान है। उत्तराखंड के लिए भी हमारा वेरी हैवी रेनफॉल का अनुमान है, लेकिन उत्तराखंड के लिए हमारा रेड अलर्ट है। उसका कारण ये है कि कंटिन्यूस वहां रेन हो रही है।
In Odisha, with major rivers in spate in northern parts of the state, the government has started evacuating people from low-lying areas and launched rescue and relief operations in Baleshwar and Mayurbhanj districts. Wimbledon 2025, the third Grand Slam of the tennis calendar, began today at the All England Club in London and will conclude with the men's singles final on July 13. In men's singles, the opening match of two-time defending champion Alcaraz against Italian Fabio Fognini is underway. And now, before we end the bulletin, the headlines once again. President Droupadi Murmu urges young doctors to work in underserved rural and tribal areas, stresses on need to create ecosystem for better doctor-patient communication. In Telangana, 12 people killed in blast in Pharma company in Sangareddy, President and Prime Minister expressed grief. In ongoing special intensive revision in Bihar, nearly 60% of electorate not required to submit documents, says Election Commission. Gross GST collections doubled in 5 years to 22.8 lakh crore rupees in last fiscal. Heavy rain severely disrupt normal life in Himachal Pradesh and Uttarakhand. IMD forecast active monsoon conditions in northwest, central and east India during this week. And in tennis, third Grand Slam of the year, Wimbledon 2025 kicks off in London. That's all in the news at 9. Good night.